And I want to compliment my colleagues on bringing forward this special education private members' business. Minister, annually parents of children with special needs and autism face considerable difficulty securing school places for their children. For those that are lucky enough to secure the place, I want to focus on the problems some of these children might face when they do enter school, when they do enter the school system, normally at the age of 4 or 5. I want to talk about children when they enter school, and parents and teachers, they can notice quite quickly that some children might not be reaching a particular milestone, or it might be noticed that some children they may need extra supports, they might be withdrawn, they might not share, they might be happier on their own. And there is no doubt about it, we have fantastic teachers and fantastic SNA staff throughout the country that are trained, and they recognise these signs straight away. Children with ASD can struggle in mainstream, especially those without a diagnosis. And Minister, I could just focus on the fact that, to the best of my knowledge, and I'm not sure about DEIS schools, that normally most national schools receive funding to carry out 2 diagnoses a year. Now, I met with a principal recently of a school for children with all special needs, and I think he gets funding for more than that, but he did say to me, it's like playing God. You're trying to weigh up one child against the other. You're trying to weigh up whether maybe the family might be able to go ahead and have it done privately. And he actually said to me he feels like he's playing God, because he's trying to decide which child is actually the worst and that needs the assessment sooner than the other child in order to get the correct supports. And I think it's something that we all hear of in our constituency offices the whole time. Like, I received the statistics about children with special education needs seeking an educational placement in a recognised school, and actually the figures in Waterford are only 4 for last year, so they're actually one of the best counties in the country for having children placed. And I don't have an awful lot of people coming to me saying that they can't get their child into a specific school. However, I do have parents coming to me saying that when their child is in school and they need the assessment, they're waiting too long for the assessment, and on top of that, some parents try to borrow the money to have a private assessment done. And I think if it's one thing that we could focus on, it would be really good. For children with autism, a school as close as possible also is very important. A child might have to travel on a bus, and they might have a companion with them on the bus, but sometimes, in some instances, especially in rural areas, they might have to travel for an hour to get to the special school with the autistic unit, and it might be another hour home in the evening. And for a 4 or 5-year-old, it puts another 2 hours onto the day. So I know we can't have an autistic unit in every single national school in the country, but at the same time, I think it's very important to look at geography when we are determining what schools receive these extra supports. Garv Mahagut.